Here we go again. Here we go again. Here we go again. Catalog, catalog, catalog. I'll never sell my catalog. What's up? This is Ephy from EphyN.com. Music producer. I'm tired of introducing myself. Oof. But if you don't know by now, I am Ephy from EphyN.com. That is my website where you will find all my beat catalogs. My beat catalogs. That's what I actually want to talk to you about today on this episode, about beat catalogs and what has been happening with major artists. By the way, comment in the comment section because I've been trying to research and finding out any African artist who owned majority of their catalog, their master recordings, and then decided to sell. Because with African musicians, like by default, we just sell our catalogs. So most of the information I used to get is information from the states of artists who actually owned their catalog. Some of them even bought their catalog and then they sold them. So yeah, and obviously later on in the video I'll talk about my catalog and why I probably wouldn't sell it depending on the situation. And yeah, so we'll talk about major artists that have sold their catalog, some of them including The Dream, Timbaland, Bruno Mars. Their catalog was bought by a company called Hypnosis. It's a company in the UK. It used to manage a lot of these famous artists as well in the US. So hey man, shout out to Hypnosis for buying all of these artists' catalog, and obviously shout out to these artists for making such good music to a point whereby it is evaluated in the millions and millions and millions of dollars. So shout out to them. It's not easy. It's not a walk in the park for you to have your music evaluated in the millions and millions of dollars. So that's why I take my hat off for anybody who can achieve that. We've got African acts in Africa. People like your Davido, your Casper Nyovest, DJ Maporisa, D'banj. The list goes on. Wizkid as well. The list goes on. So let's talk about the other artists who have also sold their catalog, like Calvin Harris, to a company called Vine Investments, and yeah, so I think he sold his catalog for about $100 million. I don't know if you guys remember that that song by Birdman. We the business, $100 million. Yeah, we the business, $100 million. Okay, so yeah, Birdman is So Calvin Harris sold his catalog for about that much. So in some cases it could be you could sell your publishing. Some cases you could sell your master recording. But now let's get into the reason why I personally would never sell my catalog.
I will not sell.
We're not selling anything.
Or maybe I would. It all depends. So if you go on my beat website, I've got about 150 beats. It's not much. So these are just beats from my website besides my sync license music beats. So these are beats from my website. That's my catalog. I've got about 150. And if I were to sell copyright, I would sell one song for about $1,000. As you can see, if you scroll all the way down, you will see my pricing plan on my copyright. If I sell 50% publishing copyright, I sell it for $1,000, USDs. All right. So if you calculate that, that should be about $150,000, right? So that's my that's my evaluation. Not that I've made that much. I'm just trying to avoid the text, man. But not that I've made that much, but that's my that's what I would evaluate each and every single beat at $1,000. Being 150 beats, that's $150,000, right? But like I said, I would never. But this is what I would personally do with my catalog. So I would, what I would actually do, I would, go to a financial institution, for example, or go to any of the other companies, show them future evaluations, or show them how much I've already made of my catalog. So the reason why I say I wouldn't sell it, I would actually loan against my catalog. I'll make a loan against my catalog. The reason being is because I don't have to pay capital gains tax. So capital gains tax in South Africa can go from like 40 to 60%. That's crazy. Imagine me selling my catalog and then I only keep 40% of how much I've sold. So it wouldn't make sense to me as a South African to sell my catalog with any investment platform. So in the States, at that time was during COVID. So the reason why some of these artists sold their catalog is because they couldn't perform anymore. So a lot of artists make their money from touring. That's most of their money. So when COVID hit, when the pandemic hit, they had to be on lockdown. And what had happened is that they couldn't tour anymore. They needed, money, because that's how they make their money. And some of them had to sell their catalog. So that was one of the reasons. And obviously for capital gains tax at that time, under the Trump administration, it was about 20%. Yeah. And yeah, so it was an advantage for them to sell it. But me, I'm South African. We're looking at a capital gains tax of 40 to 60%. So I'm not going to do that. So if I were to evaluate, then let's say my future evaluations to actually let me just explain how future evaluations work. So say if your company makes about 100, I'm just going to talk in dollars so that everybody can understand. So say if, for example, they future evaluations or current evaluations, your company makes about 100,000 rands a year. Oh, sorry, not rands, dollars, US dollars a year. And then what happens is you go to an investor, you say, okay, hey, I'll give you 10% equity of the company for what? For about $1 million. All right. 10% of the equity of the company for $1 million. Okay, that's future evaluations, because you could probably make that and more in 10 years. That's how you evaluate the company, and obviously they invest in your company. So with me, I would do something called the Elon Musk strategy. So what is the Elon Musk strategy? So if any of you don't know how he bought Twitter, you can go Google it. But this is what he actually did. He went to the bank or any other financial institution and he said, hey, my Tesla shares are worth, let's just give it a figure and say $44 billion. My Tesla shares are worth $44 billion. All right. And the bank was like, okay, let's see. Oh no, he's right. They're worth that much. So then he said, I would like to hedge against or borrow against those, which are my Tesla shares, which are $44 billion or 50 or whatever. Well, however much they gave him, the bank gave him that money. He didn't have to pay tax on it. He went to Twitter. He bought Twitter. All right. So that's what I would do. I would use the Elon Musk strategy. I would go to either Hypnosis, Vine Investment, if my catalog is now rich and it's worth a lot of money. I'd say, okay, I would like to borrow against my catalog. I would like to borrow $150,000, for example, and in that case, I know that I can still keep my catalog, still make money out of my catalog, and use that money for future investments. So that's one of the reasons why I personally wouldn't sell my catalog. Because of that, I would just borrow against my catalog and then use that money for further investments, still make money from my catalog, and then keep that money and pay all my investors back. So that's what I'd probably do. I don't know if that makes sense for you. Comment in the comment section. By the way, also let me know in the comment section any African artists that have ever sold their catalog, so that we can discuss. And yeah, personally, that's what I would do. So see you next time in the next video. Sharp. And today's video is sponsored by me. No, I'm not gonna sell you anything. You can put your money back in your pockets. Thank you very much.
Put it back in your pocket!
But what I am going to teach you is how to make a lot of money to have a better life for yourself instead.
Really?
Yes, you'll make money with me. So what is it that you'll be doing? Well, you're going to help me sell my beats to singers and rappers. My beat prices go anywhere from $50 to $1,000 and you'll get a commission of 40%.
Really?
Yeah, really, 40%. Just simply sign up to be an affiliate on my affiliate program, go through my short training program course. A referral link will be allocated to you to give to your customers to use to buy my beats. Then there you have it, there you go, money in your bank. Simply click on the link in the description to sign up.